Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Trax from Chicago Sports Podcast, and the Bears are entering one of the most pivotal off seasons in all of franchise history. Okay, major roster moves, shakeups have already been taken place. Man, we want to know what's going on, and I will say this: this is for a sign of things to come. Okay. Whenever you get good and you get up to this level, this is what happens. You got constantly revolving. You've got to be a cap wizard and all that kind of stuff. And I really think that what's happening right now is instrumental to how we develop everybody from the top down. Okay. I think this is a very important year, and to see how we are going to go about this, it's very crucial. Okay. I would say in the past, we weren't able to be able to withstand these type of changes, but right now we're doing a pretty good job, and we'll get all into that right after this.
Hops on the ice, red lights flash, goods in the summer, whole city mad. Tracks like a tone, lingering for the sound. City ride with it, yeah, this our town. It's Chicago. Fucking here we live in Chicago. Sports podcast, yeah, we in it. Cut the take, cut the call. Whole city tell me when we turn the ball. It's Chicago. Let's play, lean in. Chicago. Sports podcast, yeah, this spin. Same heart, same cold. Sports podcast, hey, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's Brandon Trax Hiatt back with Chicago Sports Podcast. Like I said, the Bears are entering one of the most pivotal off seasons in all of franchise history, and major shakeups have already taken place, right? After that shocking trade involving DJ Moore, the retirement of Pro Bowl center Drew Dalman, wave your hand, raise your hand if you were shaken but not stirred, if you're a little worried, right? Because like this is crazy. And in past times we would falter, the Bears would falter, but right now there's a sense of calmness in the building. All the fans were calm, you see it through, in waves where certain people get a little shaken and stuff, and then you kind of talk to your buddy, you talk to somebody in the chat or whatever and be like, hey, listen, we're going to be all right. And they're like, yeah, we're going to be all right. We got Ben Johnson, we got Ryan Poles, we're good. So but yeah, so it was a little crazy, I'm not going to lie. DJ Moore traded. We all kind of knew that was going to happen. Then the Drew Dalman retirement. Okay. Nobody saw that coming. I mean, there was talks of it, but I mean, football players, they go through a lot of aches and pains, and you never really know when someone's going to check out. Right. And apparently they have found the replacement for him that quick. Okay. They found it in this. Adam Schefter reported just a little bit ago that the Bears are sending a 2027 first round pick to the Patriots in exchange for center Garrett Brady. Now, I know a lot of people were a little disappointed because, they wanted the center from Baltimore, Linderbaum. But I'll tell you this much. This guy's not too bad, man. I mean, we'll get into that in a little bit. But like I said, then there was the release. Then we had the release, of Tremaine Edmunds. And now the Bears have multiple directions, right? They have multiple directions of how they could reshape the roster around Caleb Williams. We finally got ourselves a franchise quarterback. So what we're going to talk about is, Brandon Trax Hiatt here, by the way. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. So in this episode, what we're going to talk about is we're going to break down four possible paths during this offseason that GM Ryan Poles, could take to push Chicago closer to contention. And I will say this. I want to ask you guys a question there as Bears fans, okay? Could the Bears still make a blockbuster trade for Max Crosby? Current asking price is 2 first rounders, and should the Bears increase the offer? What are we going to do? That's what we're going to get into, okay? All right. But first things first. Again, like I said, breaking news just a little bit ago. Bears are sending a 2027 fifth round pick to the Patriots in exchange for center Garrett Bradberry. So interesting. Okay. I'm interested in the fact that we got him. Now, does this mean that we will still look into drafting because this is a deep draft and there are a lot of good centers. Okay. Jim Miller said it on XApp. He said there's a lot of good centers. So if this was going to happen, it's probably a good season for this to happen. That's our silver lining. Okay. That, and we got this guy. So, and like my co-host Darius D Nice said, he goes, you really didn't want to see a rookie in front of Caleb. Okay. You didn't want to see that, did you? So, yeah. I mean, ultimately, this isn't the best option. The best option would have been able to keep Drew Dalman. But when it's time for a guy to retire, hey, it's time to retire. Even Caleb said, Hulk, wish you well, bro. Love you. So, like I said, my question to you is my first of 4 in order to fill a roster gap is to trade for Maxx Crosby. Okay. Now, what would that look like? Okay. What could we do here? Like I said earlier, current asking price for Maxx Crosby, 2 first-round picks. Bears increase the offer or what? Now, listen, reports today from Courtney Cronin that she feels strongly, Bears insider Courtney Cronin, she feels strongly that we are going to go ahead and get those 2 third-round draft picks. So that's pretty telling because now you got 2 seconds and 2 thirds this year. And then you'll have 2 seconds and 2 thirds next year. No, you'll have 2 thirds next year. I'm sorry. You'll have 2 seconds and 2 thirds this year, and you'll have 2 thirds next year also, if those compensation picks do come in to play. So you lose a first-round draft pick this year. You'll lose a first-round draft pick next year, but you get Maxx Crosby. Now, you've already taken care of your center. That doesn't mean that you can't go out, do due diligence, and go pick up a center also. There's a lot left to be told. There's about $45 million in cap space. I think we're right around 30 something, but after a certain date, I want to say it's in April, maybe May. I can't remember. Sorry, guys. I'm blanking here on this, but once that happens, then more money will free up. Okay. There's potential up to $45 million, and so that is, that's more help too. So right now, what we've got here, we've got a pick, first round pick at 25. We got a second round pick at 57, another second round pick at 60. We've got a third round pick at 89, a fourth round pick at 101, and no picks in 5th and 6th, because remember, we trade that 5th away in order to get that second round pick when we traded DJ Moore away, right? And then we've got 2 picks in the 7th round. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely going to be helpful there. So, yeah, man, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. If you're a first-time listener, make sure you let me know in the chat, and I'll have something special for you, okay? Something special. You guys know I like to hook it up. So, yeah, I mean, with that being said, I will say this. I think we have a really good group, right? I think we have a really good group out here. Okay. And before, my second path was to sign center Tyler Linderbaum. I had this all figured out. Okay. Now we don't need to get Tyler Linderbaum. Okay. So what I would say is my second path would be to go get an edge if Maxx Crosby is not available. That would be my second. Okay. But Tyler Linderbaum, now he's pretty expensive, man. I'm not going to lie. This guy's like 23 million, I think, is right under 30. Some people think he's going to break 30. I don't. I think he'll be around 23, 25. He's not there yet. They're not there yet, but they're looking that way. They're trending that way. Remember, offensive linemen used to not get paid that much, but what's the first thing that you do? I always say, when you go out and get yourself like a brand new boat or car or something, you go get your insurance, right? That's what you got to do. You got to go protect yourself from mayhem, right? So, yeah. So Tyler Linderbaum, I mean, honestly, he is really good, but here's the deal. I'm not so mad that we got this guy, okay? He's had over 1,000 snaps without missing a snap. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Garrett Brady. That's our Bradberry. Why do I want to keep calling him Brady, man? Sorry about that, guys. And here's the deal. This is what he did, okay? This is what he was a part of, okay? This is what he helped craft. They had a 1,200-yard back, 2 1,000-yard receivers. This is in New England, and a QB that threw for 35 touchdowns with 4,500 yards and only 8 interceptions. So he couldn't have been that bad. You know what I mean? And listen, if Ryan Poles was involved, if Ben Johnson was involved, especially Ben Johnson, he can't be that bad. Okay? He can't be that bad, I would say. All right? That's what I would say. But now here's what got everybody excited about Tyler Linderbaum. 6'2", 304, 25 years old. I think that's the big big thing right there. That's a big caveat with him is his age, right? 2 sacks allowed, 5 penalties, 83.7 run block, 63.4 pass block, and then an 80 overall PFF. Now, those are pretty good numbers, right? But here's the deal. This is what I will say to you is this. This guy is only $5.7 million. That's not bad at all. So I would still say at the age of 32, you could probably still get about 3 years. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I mean, if you started every snap at 31, I would have to say you're not going to fall off the following year. Okay. Here's the other cool thing about it is, okay, I will tell you guys this. Joe Thuney and Garrett Bradberry. Yes, I finally said his name right. Joe Thuney and Garrett Bradberry were both teammates or roommates at North Carolina State. I mean, that's pretty cool. They've already got that chemistry. They've already know each other, whatnot. That's kind of important. When you lose your center, when you lose your guy, that whole conduit goes from the inside out, right? You put Thuney next to him. Lord willing, we get our left tackle figured out, because if not, we might slide Thuney over at left tackle. But as of right now, he's going to play guard, okay? So I will say that it would be good to have him over there at the left guard to help out that left tackle and to help out the center, kind of be the conduit there to be in between. I think it's important, all that conversations and whatnot and what have you. I think it's good. I think a lot of people undervalue how important communication is, especially on the offensive line, So here's my third path. Spread out the wealth. Bring back in Khalil Mack. The Mack would be back. And the reason why I say that is because 52, Drew Dalman, is gone. So now Khalil comes back. He's exploring his options, right? He's looking at everything. Last year had an $18 million contract. I will say I think he might be a little cheaper. Maybe give us a discount and give him some incentive, Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video. Make sure you guys hit that like, especially, guys. We got over 100 in the chat. Appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I would say, who is interested in possibly getting a 1-year flyer with Khalil Mack? And I will say this. It would be very telling. It would be very important. Be very telling and very important if, in fact, we could help Booker. I would say he could help Booker out quite a bit because he's more fluid, he's more athletic. You look at Sweat. Not saying Sweat's not athletic, but he's just a different type of player. You know what I mean? There's a lot of technically sound things that Khalil does, and I think he could help Booker out a lot. As long as Booker sharpened his pencil and paying attention, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's very aggressive. We all know that. We know his favorite saying at the on that podcast that he had, But man, talk about, come on, Khalil Mack. Are you kidding me? Bring him back to the Bears. That'd be great. I mean, look at all the places that he could go. Is he going to go with the Raiders? No. They're a reclamation project. They're about 2-3 years away. Now, if he was about 2-3 years younger, he might do it. But I would say come to Chicago, play with Caleb, play with, and you get some starting time, and you won't have to be that guy. You won't have to be the dog. Okay. If you do turn out to be that guy and we need you more than we say, then that's where the incentive, percentages, like if you get so many snaps, blah, 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 whatever, we're going to pay you more, so many sacks, yada, yada, yada. He could really get paid really well. But this is an opportunity for us to go out and get a guy that could be very, very resourceful for not only, but also being kind of like that, you know, sensei for Booker, because I really want to see Booker develop. But here's the deal: it's going to be a timeshare. You don't want to have Khalil out there that much, and hopefully Booker can step to the next level. Khalil plays less, and we send him out with a Super Bowl ring for the end of his career, because we all love Khalil, right? Even though you all gave me a hard time for wearing a 52 jersey after he got traded. Remember, you guys said 50 who when I was on this play on the website. So yeah, that would be my path, my third path. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at for my third path. Okay. And let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that third path. Do you guys like that third path? Is that a possibility? Is there another path out there that you see that would be better than that? I'm open. I'll listen, yeah, like I said, let's spread out the wealth. Chicago could spend the cap space on some B-level or second tier players. You know what I mean? I mean, we could go out and get some guys. We could go get really deep, give people chances, maybe some people that are really good in the locker room, some grinders, and see what happens. And, to see if they emerge, start them and get the rookies, in and out, especially defensive line. I don't know if you guys know this, but the defensive line in all of NFL, all 32 teams, okay, in the NFL, this is something that is quite telling, especially in today's, where it's pass heavy. The defensive line is the most rotated positional group out of all the NFL, out of all football. Okay. So if you're going to rotate guys, it would have to be, some guys that you would take a chance on. Like I said, B-level, second tier players. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I really feel like you almost want to say that this guy's B-level, but he's kind of not. He might have came in as a B-level guy, and then he stepped up and he really did a good job. I mean, this guy right here, this is what we need. We don't have a lot of money. A lot of people think that just because we now have $45 million, we can just go out and get everybody. Until you do that once or twice, and then you're broke again, and then you're kicking the can down the road. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's where we're at, And is that how we feel right now with Maxx Crosby? Is that how we feel right now with Maxx Crosby? And why aren't we saying anything about Maxx Crosby? I think one thing that you have, and a lot of this will shake out on Monday, right? When the free agency officially opens, right? I will say one thing that really shakes out during all this is that you don't really know which way Poles is going. He hasn't given up his plan, his 11 herbs and spices. Nobody really knows where he's going. We kind of wish he would tell us, but then he's telling all the NFL. So element of surprise is still on his side, right? So path number 4 is build through the draft. And I'm all for this. I really like building through the draft. Now, I will say this, though. I've said this before on the show. I've said it time and time again. Not everybody could be 22, 23, 24 years old right out of college. You got to have some vets in there to help steer the ship, to help maneuver and all that kind of stuff, right? That's how I feel about it. I mean, let me know in the comments below if you guys believe in this, because I do. You need some veterans in there. You've seen it on the job site where you work in football. If you've ever played sports anywhere, you've got to have somebody in there that's steering the ship. You know what I'm saying? So, and somebody that's kind of guiding the way through the troubled waters and all that. That's been there, that's done that, I would say. And I think that's really important. And I think that's really undervalued, but you can't have everybody that's, way up there, that's in their 30s, which for me, 30 still young. But NFL years, it's not. You're looking towards the other side. You're looking towards retirement is what I'd say. Um, you know, build through the draft. Here's our roster needs. Okay, we need a defensive tackle, a linebacker, a safety, an offensive tackle, possibly a guard. Here's a couple examples: Rodriguez, linebacker, and then McDonald, defensive tackle. Okay, those are the guys that we could potentially go for. Now, I don't know who you guys want to go for in the draft, but as of right now, we are going to examine that right now. We are going to get into a mock draft because we love mock drafts. We go bananas on mock drafts, okay? But before we do that, one last thing I want to say is re-sign Kevin Byard. Should the Chicago Bears bring back the Pro Bowl safety as without any blockbuster moves? Should we do that? You guys think we should bring him back for a year or two? I'm all for it. Listen, I'm all for it. I'm also in for bringing in a safety. I really think so. Even we get Brisker or not, I think we need to have another safety in the building, okay? I really do. I seriously need another safety to learn from these guys. There's so much to learn. It's a very important position. There's some really good ones out there, especially that cat from Arizona. Oh my God. He's going to go early and often, though. He's going to go quick. So not sure if we're going to be able to get him, but yeah. Like I said, my opinion is this, guys. I want to see us be able to, there's 3 ways that you can improve your team. Okay. Not everybody can be a draft pick. Not everybody can get traded. And not everybody can be a free agent. You're not going to win the regular season or the offseason through free agency. And you might not win through a trade. And I will say this, the DJ Moore thing, that's as good as a win as I've ever seen. I mean, several times he's won with this DJ Moore. It's crazy. So, I mean, that rarely happens. That is the caveat. That is the rare type of thing. But I would say we need to do a little bit of each, okay? We're not stacked. We're not like the Rams where we have an ungodly amount of draft picks, all right? We don't have a ton of draft picks, okay? But we do have a good amount. And if we get that 3rd rounder, that makes things even more spicier, even better for us. And if we trade back, better yet. So there's a lot of possibilities. We're going to explore all this and more when we do this mock draft. So before we do that, I want to get into the chat, see how everybody's doing. What's up, guys? How you guys doing out there? Hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Ayo, Hack, bear down, man. It looks like you're a first-time subscriber. If you are, hit me up on XApp or Instagram. Slide into my DMs. I got a surprise for you, buddy. What's up, Lewis? Good to see you, buddy. We got a great front office. It also helps to have a great coaching staff. It sure does. B Trucker, nice to see you, buddy. You look like a new one, too. Slide into my DMs. I got something for you, buddy. I heard he had no penalties and gave up 0 sacks last year. That is something I forgot. Thank you, B Trucker. I hope you like and subscribe, both of you, because you guys have some serious knowledge. I will pick the Chicago Bears out of all 32 team fans because you guys are the smartest out of the bunch. You make my jobs easy, man. Sometimes I feel like I should just start this up and let you guys go. Really. So 25 is the only pick. What's up, Ant Mass? How you doing, buddy? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man. He doesn't trust Courtney Cronin. James says we're not going down without a fight to maintain our top spot of the NFC North. Yes. All day, every day, Navy and Orange. I believe that. She said we were not getting the comps, and we are. No, she did say that today we would. Courtney Cronin said today that we would get the comps. She said that today. That broke news. So what's up, James? Hey, how's it going? NFL draft. Yes. Here we go. All the pleasantries. Love you guys. This is great. This is great. This is great. Listening while working. Heck yeah, man. Be safe, man. 10-2. Yes, sir. Make that money. Absolutely. Ant-Man says, let's see what Dan can make of this guy. Yes, Dan Rushhour. Good point. Dan Rushhour signed off on this center, okay? There's not there. Make no mistake about it. They definitely looked at this guy. And there's a reason why they let other people leave the building, not mentioning any names. So we just most recently had a guy in the building that we really had to have. And it just didn't quite work out. And maybe this is why. Okay. Maybe they found this guy. So let's see what happens. Okay. Because those guys are pretty smart on that side of the ball, Dan Rushhour and Ben Johnson. So let's see. Okay. What's up, Dante? Thanks for coming back, man. Appreciate you, bud. Glad to see you. It's been a long time, man. Hit that like button. Make sure you guys comment, man. Share this video with everybody. Appreciate you guys. So Louis says possible. We won't know until at minimum Monday. Yes. We won't know. Whoa. This is the funnest part. What's up, Carl Street? Forget Crosby. Carl Street says he doesn't want nothing to do with Crosby. He says, let him go. Okay. Third path could be possible. Yes, I agree. Third path could be possible. Dante. A lot of good edges in free agency. I agree. What's up, D Nice? Bear down, chat and tracks. I think he's probably at work. Otherwise, he probably would have slid in here. D Nice, Audio, Dante. Love this. All the back and forth. You definitely need mentors. Haha, yes. 11 herbs and spices. I think that's awesome. We need veterans that know the game. It's beneficial for sure, Tracks. Thank you, guys. I second that, Tracks. We all need all the help we can get for sure. How would you feel about Wright playing safety? That's an interesting thing, right? Wright playing safety. I think the problem with Wright playing safety is he doesn't like to tackle. He avoids that. It's almost like we would have an Eddie Jackson all over again. You know what I mean? We need to have a safety that is not afraid to get in the box. It's not afraid to play multiple positions and to make contact and tackle. I think that's what we need, man. Coming in with a chip on his shoulder for sure after what happened in the Super Bowl. Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point, AO. Hey, man, make sure you get on my Instagram, Chicago Sports Podcast, or on XApp, man. Same place. Slide in my DM, say something, man. I got a surprise for you, man. I'm going to send you a jersey. Jersey, your choice, okay? Whatever I got in stock. You're going to pick something, it's going to be yours, okay? So you're a first-time listener, subscriber, right? I don't think I've seen you on the show before. So, offensive line class is somewhat stacked. The linemen from Alabama, Ole Miss, got me seriously thinking. I agree, James. I agree. We can really help ourselves. What's up, Honey Bear? Bear down. Bear down, Honey Bear. Yes. Yep. All right. So let's go ahead and get this going, right, guys? Let's get this going. You guys ready? Let's get this going. Here we go. Bamola. Okay, let's get this out of the way here. Get rid of my opinion. And let's start the mock draft simulator. Okay, let's get going, guys. Let's have a little draft ski, huh? Okay, remember, the first one's on me, the next one's on you, okay? Bears on 3, Bears on me. Bears. All right, here we go, folks. Here we go. We are in the mock draft simulator. This is time to put up or shut up. This is serious business. Not really. It's a lot of fun. So first, they're trying to trade away my 25th pick for 129, and they're going to give me a pick next year. You guys know there's 2 rules that I have, okay? I'm not trading away any picks for next year because we can't use those. We can't utilize those in this draft. If we could, if it was like a dynasty type thing, then we could, but we can't. So we always avoid that, or we try to counter. In this case, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. They obviously want their first pick, so they're trying to shop the second. They might not even have a first pick in Miami. I don't know. 28 and 59, not a bad idea. I kind of like this, and the value offered is pretty huge. I'm going to accept this, but I want to see what's next. The Colts, they got a little something for us, but not nearly as good as this one. I like the 28, 25 and 89 for 28 and 59. I think that's huge. I'm going to go ahead and accept that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and accept that for sure. Okay. That's what I'll say. I'm going to go ahead and accept this right now. Okay. 5681, that's too far away. 47. Man, Indy really wants a trade. They want to get back into it. I don't like any of these. I'm saying no to all of them. So now here's what I got available. I got Ty Simpson, quarterback. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are pretty excited. And let me just go ahead and say this. This mock draft is brought to you by Bridge Scoreboard, your Northwest Indiana Chicago sports headquarters with the Hall of Fame menu and the coldest beer in Chicagoland. To prep for your next Chicago sports night, visit us at bridgescoreboard.com or call 219-924-2206. And when you're done with that, go over and get yourself some gourmet popcorn right across the street, man. They got some great popcorn right on Main Street, all kinds of flavors, over 50 freaking 100 flavors. It's unbelievable. It's amazing. Tell them that Track sent you. And then in the morning, go get yourself some donuts over at the Donut Depot, man. Great donuts over there. Whew, man, I'm gaining calories just talking about it. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys are pretty excited right now, guys, that if you're really excited right now that we don't have to worry about a quarterback. There's a lot of teams out there, i.e. Minnesota, that has to worry about a quarterback. We don't have to worry about a quarterback. Why worry about a quarterback when we got Caleb Williams? He's the future. He's the one. He's the Iceman. Cometh. Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver, Indiana. How about that? We don't have to go get a first-round wide receiver. We got two of them. We got three of them in a tight end also. You know, we got Rome Odunze before he got injured. He was leading our league or leading our team in, everything. He was doing great, man. And then, Luther Burden, out of not just all of college players, of all rookies in the NFL, but all of the NFL period, he had the biggest gap between receiver and defender in the NFL. And I don't remember quite exactly what that's called, but yeah, he did that. He did that thing. Caden McDonald, defensive tackle. I'm going to go ahead and draft him. I do like CJ Allen from Georgia, linebacker, but I still feel like we might do something out of the free agency. And since we're kind of playing guess what we're going to do, I'm going to go ahead and have to do my due diligence, shore up that defensive line. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to get Caden McDonald. That's our first pick, okay? First pick to the draft. Hopefully I made you guys proud. Remember, I traded back too, so we got extra pick, right? And we go ahead and reject this. I don't like that one. I do like Max Anchor from Arizona State. I do like him. I also like this center, Sam Hitch, out of Kansas State. I will say I don't think I'm going to go that early on him now that we've got a center for the next year or two. I will get a center, but not this early. So I'm going to go ahead and get my offensive tackle right now in Max from Arizona State. Love this guy. It's a good pick. Okay, good pick. Now, Washington wants to trade us 2 next year picks. I say no. Buffalo wants to trade us again. They obviously love doing business with us. Emmett Johnson. How about having 2 running backs too? We've got a lot of, I can't believe how much flexibility we actually have here, bro. We've got 59 and 60. Okay, so what this says to me, let's go ahead and look at what's going on with our safety. What do we got available for safety? We got Kamari Ramsey out of USC. Ooh, that's pretty huge, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get our safety in Kamari. Well, you know what? He might not start right away. He might. If Brisker's gone, we're going to have a safety start. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Kamari Ramsey. He could end up being a starter. That gives us flexibility for Brisker. 74, 109, 90. I'm going to reject both these. I think this is a very instrumental pick right now. I think we need this pick right now. I think it's important. Let me go ahead and go all. How am I doing out there, guys? I want to get Josiah Trotter, linebacker out of Missouri. Remember his father, Jeremiah Trotter, not Junior. Junior's his brother, his older brother. This is Josiah, the younger of the two. and he played Missouri. He's a really good ball player, linebacker. I think we need a linebacker. Let's get him now. So there we go. So our first picks are defensive lineman, offensive tackle, and linebacker. Let me know in the comments below how you guys think are doing. I hope you guys do a better job or equal job than I did, you know. Okay, pick 129. Now, I will say this. I almost feel like a lot of pressure's been relieved. And I will say the reason why is because we had 4 picks in the top 100. I mean, that's amazing, right? It's insane. 4 picks in the top 100 and the top 75. Kind of important, right? Kind of important. What else do we need here? I'm going to go ahead and double down. Wait. Okay, 129. Josiah Barwin. Give me 1 second, guys. Max Llewellyn. What's my next pick? Let me see what my next pick is. Oh, it's going to be a ways. I think I'm going to go ahead and get coverage utilized closer full-time edge. Very raw. Yeah, I like him, but I need something a little bit more like Max Llewellyn. 10.5 tackles for a loss. 84. Ooh, that's a really good one. Okay. Sufficient burst, pass rusher, hybrid, front rusher, linebacker, and designated pass rusher. It's immediate rotation appeal and could go to become a mid-level starting talent. Okay. So I'm going with Max Llewellyn, guys. I need my edge. So I got my edge now, right? So now we got 2 picks left, okay? I did 1 draft trade, and the rest are all picks straight up. But this is who I got. I got Caden McDonald. I got defensive tackle, Max Anchor, offensive tackle, safety, Kamari Ramsey. I believe that's probably the earliest we picked up a safety so far, right, guys? Josiah Trotter, linebacker, and then edge, Max Llewellyn. So now, right now, I would say the only thing left that we need is probably like go after a guard, I would say. Probably a guard and a receiver, right? So, okay, let's get Logan Taylor out of Boston College. And then let's go ahead and look at a receiver. Wall 6 foot 192. And then I think, yeah, 6'2". Here we go. This is the one that we want. Almost a 10 res. Dejan Striblin. Okay, that's our draft. So you guys are up next. This is our picks, guys. This is everything that we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I did a pretty good job, I think. How do you guys think I did? Let's see. What do we think about the defensive tackle from Detroit hitting the market? I heard that he didn't do too good this year. I heard he had a downside year, and I think that's probably why he got relieved. Oh, left tackle. So he had shoulders issues in both of his shoulders. He's fighting injury with his shoulders. And so what happened with him was that they released him, and he had a 69 rating. So, but I will say this, Ben Johnson knows him better than anyone on our roster. So, you know, if they sign off on it and they can get a good deal, I would say bring him in, start him at left tackle. If that does happen, that would change our draft immensely, right? Because that's a guy that you could probably have for a couple years, is what I'm saying. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, man. Appreciate you guys. Okay. Tyler Decker. Yeah. That's him. Brandon, us coaching Coach Johnson making and interviewing. Oops, sorry about that. See what Dante says. He says, he says he likes to trade back. Okay. Brandon is Coach Johnson making and interviews. Yeah, he's in there. He's definitely in the building. He's definitely, yeah, everything goes through him. He's that type of guy. Trap. Doug says, I'm on record saying that the Bradberry acquisition is meh. Feel like a reach. I hope I'm wrong. Listen, you guys got to trust Ben Johnson. You got to trust Dan Rushhour, okay? We can't be doing this back and forth stuff. I know you guys have questions about coaches in the past, but this guy really knows what he's doing. And I feel like they did their due diligence before they just brought somebody in. You know what I mean? And you know, the numbers speak for themselves. Over 1,000 snaps without a penalty and gave up 0 sacks. That's what you need. He was also 4th in pass blocking. His run blocking was 20th, but he could do better. He could do better, especially when he's next to 2 good left guard in Thuney and a right guard. Okay, so I think he will do better with that. And then also Dan can help him out. I really feel like our offensive line coach could probably bring out the best in just about anybody. And might even be better than the offensive line coach over there in New England, is what I'd say. The pressure is on to make some solid D acquisitions in free agency. Yeah, definitely got to do something, man. Even if it's that, you know, that second level type guys, you know. Honey Bear says she met Brisker 2025 training camp. Cool. Track says your draft picks are great, but it's hard to know what we need before free agency. I agree, Dante, and that's why what we're going to do is once Monday hits and we hit some of that free agency, we're going to keep doing these mock drafts. Don't worry, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep doing. It's a lot of fun doing all of them. You know what I mean? So we're going to keep it up. I agree with you. So there's different levels to this. We do a lot. I think last year, I don't know if you remember, Dante, but we had so many. We had like 30 or something. It was crazy. Dante, get in my DMs, man. Get in me on Instagram or XApp. I'm going to send you something, man. It's a little free something. Chicago Sports Podcast is what we're under. James Childress, Doug, bear down. Doug says Brisker's a great player. I think he is going to get a big haul from another team, which is well deserved. Yeah. Honey Bear says I'm on target. Great, thanks. So the last bear he met was Jim Miller and Big Cat. I've had both of them on my show, and I've met I've done shows with both of them twice. Jim Miller tons, but you know what I mean. Hey, Slimbo Boogie, thanks for coming back, man. Good to see you last night, man. Good to see you for the first time. I'm glad you came back. Appreciate you. Got to give a little air horn for that and a little applause. That one was for Dante too. It's been a while since I've seen Dante. Welcome back, buddy. Slumbo Boogie. SBB, yeah, you know me. Says Bradberry allowed 29 pressures in 21 games for Patriots, including Super Bowl and playoffs. 1,335 snaps, 4 QB hits, 2 sacks allowed, flagged for 1 penalty. Sounds like Pro Bowl numbers. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I like Brisker's intensity. The only thing that drove me bananas was the concussion thing that he had. Lots of them, right? So you kind of got to do your due diligence and find other people to help, you know, in case something happens, you know. That's something we don't want to play with. Right, Debbie? ALS, CTE, all that stuff. Jonah, 29, Thuney, 33, Bradberry, 31, June. Interior all line average is 31 years old. Grown men in trenches. I like that. That's a great take, Slimbo Boogie. You need those grown men and to work together, and it takes a little while to mature. Matter of fact, I even heard Olin Kreutz say that he plays a lot like Drew Dalman. Our center plays a lot like Drew Dalman. Olin Kreutz said this. Go look right now. Do your due diligence. Do your homework. Okay, Doug and everybody else, not just Doug. I'm not just calling out Doug, but he did say, he kind of poo-pooed. I'm not going to lie, Doug. Love you. You know I love you, but this is what you said. You said, it's kind of meh, right? We'll go see if Olin Kreutz is meh and his take on, on XApp. basically what he said is him and Drew Dalman play the same. They like to play outside zone blocking, and they have very similar playing styles. So he didn't say anything bad at all. So I like that. And he takes no punches at all. Grown men win championships. Great organizations develop talent. If young players never grow in your system, that's coaching. This is what I try not to sell my show to you guys, but I want you guys to understand this. I say this just about every show. This show was created from a fan for fans. So your voices could be heard. I would call, right? I would get so disgusted, guys. I'm not going to lie. I would call, and all these calls that I would call in to like ESPN, and they would never pick up my phone. And one time they finally picked up and they hung up on me. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to talk. So it wasn't even like it was, I didn't take it personal or nothing. But I'm like, these guys talk for so long, and they've got to field all these calls. And even if you look on them on like, social media and stuff, the only reason why they had is for the algorithm. We want your voice to be heard. I wanted my voice to be heard, so I want your voice to be heard. That's why I comb through all these and try to get as much of these comments as possible. Okay, we even have a 800 line, and I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me to open it back up, because we did have it for a while where you just left voicemails, played them, and then we talked about it and answered them. You know what I mean? So let me know if you guys want that 800 number to start circling back. I'll put it back up for you guys. That number, the reason why I say I'll do voicemail is because some of the calls that I took live were kind of getting me in trouble, and I'm trying to get some sponsors and stuff, and I just want to make sure it's like cool. You know what I mean? My boy watches the show sometimes, so we got to keep it cool. Big Cat and Miller brings back a ton of memories. My goodness. Yeah, sure do. Let's see. I'm going to research the new center. Thank you, Debbie. Okay. Erica says, bear down. Does this move signal we are spending most of our money on the defense? I would say so. We've spent a lot of money and a lot of capital for not only just draft, but just in general on trades, on offense. So now you got to level it up. You got to give it even. You know what I'd say? I'd say we scored enough in the regular season to win us even more games than we did. So now we've got to help out, the defense, right? It all starts in the trenches. You saw what happens when we had the immediate upgrades to the offensive line. We had 2 running backs, the only 2 running backs in all of the NFL out of 32 teams to have over 750 yards rushing. 2 running backs. And I'll be honest with you, I was out on Sweat, and I really wasn't sure what's going to happen with Monungai. I wished him the best. 7th round draft pick. Not going to lie, I don't watch football over there. No idea what happens at his college. But now I'm going to start looking, because that guy was pretty awesome, And rightfully so, because we picked up that linebacker, Hypolite, whatever, however you say his name. I mean, he hasn't done enough big plays for me to force myself to learn how to enunciate his name. Okay. What I'll say. So easily we could have swing and a miss on the running back, but nailed it. But a lot of it had to do with our offensive line and our play calling. I thought it was great. Really good drafting, is what I'd say. Yep. All right. So let's get into your guys' draft. You guys already see what I did for our draft. Now it's your turn. Okay. I'm going to turn the keys over to you, and we're going to restart this thing. 7th round, or 7 rounds, I'd say. Fast style. You guys can trade back if you want. Let me know. I'm going to pick Bears, only team that we go for on here. And here we go. Let's get started. Mendoza off the clock right away. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. Big time. You guys are the best. Best in the biz. All right. So this is who we have available at 25. Pittsburgh wants to trade with us. I don't like their pick, their trade offer. 41.72 in a 4th rounder next year. 43.87. Yeah, all those are garbage picks. So who do you guys want for your first pick? Caleb Banks, Omari Cooper, wide receiver, Caden McDonald, I mean, you guys can have pretty much anybody you want from here on out. All these guys right here. Another receiver, KC Conception, Texas A&M. Cornerback, Brandon Sis. CJ Allen. Who do you guys want? If there's a position that you want me to look at, I will go ahead and look at that also. But those are the top picks that are available right now for you guys for the first round pick in the first round draft, 25th pick. I have a feeling you guys are going to say Banks, but I don't want to lead the witness. So you guys tell me what you want. CJ Allen is a dog. Linebacker. You know what? I'm going to give it to you. Okay, two of you guys said CJ Allen. Let's go get that linebacker. Let's go get CJ Allen. It's done. We got him. We're moving on. Just like that. All of us have had ample opportunity, so we've got some new guys in the draft, or in the chat room, so we're going to give them the opportunity to pick. You guys will have opportunities too, but I'm going to go ahead and go with them, because they're new. So we want to give them that feeling that you felt when you walked in the door, right? 74, 109, and fourth round for next year. Reject. Okay, so 57. Remember, we also have 60, okay? So we can pick. You got safety, LSU, AC Halsey, and you got Zion Young here. Another wide receiver, Tennessee, Chris Brazell. Another receiver from Clemson, Antonio Williams. Keontae Scott, Miami. Demetrius Crowner, Texas A&M offensive tackle. Got another edge in Oklahoma. And then a guard from Iowa, Jennings Dunker. And then defensive tackle, Grace Holton. So you guys let me know what you want. Oh, but Banks played 3 games in 2025. I'll pass on him first round. You make a good point. Top Shot, what's up, buddy? Is this the first time you've been on the show? Top Shot, is this the first time you've been on the show, man? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. This is the first time. If it is, I appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe, okay? Share this video, Top Shot. Yeah, let's go with Zion Young. It seems like the Zion Youngs have it. So now all of a sudden we have what do we got here? Carolina wants to trade a 64 and a third, and they want her 60 and 129. I'd say no. I don't like either of them. Okay. So here's our 60th pick. Safety. We could get AJ Halsey, safety at LSU, if you guys want to get him. That's what I'd say. Or Josiah Trotter, linebacker. Let me know what you guys feel about this. Cornerbacks, Kamari Ramsey, USC. Center, Parker Brailsford, Alabama. Let me know what you guys think. So far, a couple of us feel like safety is the way to go. AJ Halsey from LSU. 6 foot 215, transferred from LSU to LSU from Houston after racking up 5 interceptions and 8 PBUs in Cougars 2024. Big 12 to SEC, but he acquitted himself with aplomb, not only thriving but earning first team ACC. 5'11", 215. It shows he's 6 foot on here. Halsey has appeared. Box safety also. No doubt brings that kind of physicality and urgency downhill. He's got true ball hawk instincts, fluid, proven two-face playmaker, projects to be an immediate NFL starter with plus starter potential. Bro, are you kidding me? Let's go get him. Let's get AJ. Slim Boogie says CJ Allen and Zion Young is good stuff. I'm serious about it, guys. If you guys are new, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, XApp, Facebook, all that. Brandon Tracks High, it's my name. If I said that too fast, you can rewind, go back, look it up, and then find me on Facebook. Follow me because we do a lot of jersey raffles and stuff. We're getting ready to do autograph football raffle with Hester, Colson Level, and autograph jersey. I'll be interviewing him in April. We've had Urlacher on here, Singletary, a lot of good players, Jimmy Mack. Okay, so we have a Chicago 89 and 240, 91 and 164. Actually, I like that trade. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to accept that. We're going to fall back 2, but we're going to get upgrade for the next one. We're going to, okay, so who do you guys want for this one? So far, we've got CJ Allen, Zion Young. Okay, we got CJ Allen, linebacker, edge, Missouri, Zion Young, and safety, AJ Halsey. So far, we still need a tackle. I would say we go for a defensive tackle at this point, is what I'd say. We'd look at it at least, explore. Definitely need a defensive tackle. We haven't. How about Dominic Orange? You guys go to Dominic Orange out of Iowa State, or Chris McClellan out of Missouri, or Landon Robinson out of Navy, or Zane Durant out of Penn State? What do you guys think? We're going to go after a defensive tackle. I'd like to get Dominic Orange out of Iowa State. What do you guys think? Slim, I'm going to have to veto you, bro. We can't do that. We need a defensive tackle. We can't roll with the same defensive line that we had last year. We got to get a defensive tackle. I understand we got an edge out of Zion Young, but we need to get – I understand, yeah. But we already have 2 monsters. We already have 2 receivers. Dominic Orange, Citrus Orange here. What do you guys think? Who's going with the wide receiver? Who's going to go with the defensive tackle? And what do you want, guys? Got 25 in the building on YouTube, over 1,000 on XApp. Appreciate everybody on XApp. Appreciate on everybody on Facebook, everywhere that we're at. Appreciate you guys, everybody. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. All right, we're gonna go get Dominic Orange. We got a defensive tackle now. Now we can go for a wide receiver. Yeah, there's no way I'm rolling with a defensive line from last year for sure. We need an interior for sure. I don't think receiver is that big of a necessity right now. Man, I hope. Let's see what happens. Hang in here, though, Slimbo Boogie. I want to see what you got to say about these other receivers. Because where are you out of Slimbo Boogie? Where are you located, buddy? All right, we got Malik Benson. Out of Oregon. Malachi Fields, Notre Dame. I kind of like Malachi Fields. Not going to lie. Kevin Coleman Jr., Missouri. Deion Burks, Oklahoma. Taylor Montgomery. John Carroll, Jordan Hudson, SMU. What do you guys see? You guys see any receivers that are worth it? I still think we need a guard. So far, we got a linebacker, an edge, a safety, and a defensive tackle. We still need an offensive tackle. Oh, my God. What are we doing here? Yeah, we got to get an offensive tackle. Wake Forest, we got Famo, and then J.C. Davis from Illinois, Markel Bell out of Miami, and Kagan Trost out of Missouri. What pick are we at right now? Trenches, 129. Let's go for Wake Forest. 6'5", 311. 6th and final season. College football level, though he's older, physical and intangible traits for starting reps in his NFL career. 6'5", as tackle to guard, he would go 6'5", 314, 34-inch arms, stellar length, clear people moving ability in the run game with his linear explosiveness, driving power. He has phone booth profile and physicality to be a quality player. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy. Go get this guy a tackle. It'd be a swing, you know. All right, we got trenches. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Share this video. Appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you guys for coming out. Appreciate you. Okay. Go get Ephesians Prysock out of Washington. He's solid. Oh, you're good, James. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate all you guys. Everybody's awesome, man. Appreciate you guys. When the show's over, you guys circle back. When the show's done and it stops, go back and leave a comment. I would appreciate that. By Archer and Western, moved from Chicago back in 2012 to Southern California. That's cool. I'm from Central Valley, San Joaquin Valley, just north of Bakersfield, Slim Bo Boogie. I have family down in Southern California too, though, so that's cool. Western and Archer. Wow. That's definitely Chicago. Where do you watch your Bears games at, man? Is there a good Bear pub there? Or all right. We got one more pick left, right, boys? Almost done. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Hope you guys really enjoy the show. James says that he's from Michigan City almost every show. I love it. He's proud. He's proud to be from here. We're proud that he's from here. All right, I'm just, out of Shore. I'm going to get a quarterback because I feel like we might go ahead. Lewis and Cicero for my childhood. Oh, cool. All right. Luke Altmaier is who I'm going to get out of Illinois. I think we need a quarterback because I feel like we could probably get rid of Ty. I think Tyson Bagent's going to get traded. I don't know anything. I'm not an NFL insider, okay? I don't know anything. Just saying. Both hands are up, okay? Just a feeling, especially if we get a second-round draft pick, man. All right, here's our mock draft. We got linebacker C.J. Allen, first pick. Zion Young, second pick. Another second-round pick. A.J. Halsey, safety. Dominic Orange, defensive tackle, Iowa State. Khalil Fomo, tackle out of Wake Forest. Supposed to be shifting to guard, but he can't play tackle, so I like that. Ephesians Prysock, cornerback, Washington. And Luke Altmaier, QB, Illinois. The reason why I went with this kid, 6'3", 196, almost a 10 RAS, okay? I feel like that's kind of important. And also he has that connection with Kyler Gordon. I think those kind of help people bring them along, So that's just kind of like my take. I look for little intangibles like that. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a good night. Chi-Town up, Bear Down. Have a great weekend. If anything breaks, we'll be on. And yeah, like I said, thank you. Love you guys. Be great this weekend. Be great tonight. Enjoy the outro video.
Hops on the ice, red lights flash, goods in the summer, whole city mad. Tracks like a tone, like a ring for the sound. City ride with it, yeah, this our town. It's Chicago. Fucking hell, we live in Chicago. Sports podcast, yeah, we in it. Cut the take, cut the call. Whole city tell you when we turn the ball. It's Chicago. Let's pay, lean in. Chicago. Sports podcast, yeah, this big. Same heart, same code. Sports podcast, hey, let's go.
Hey, let's go.